From the Things Conference, another guest, another interview. Who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I am Samir Hennaoui. I am a product manager working for Murata company. I'm taking care of the connectivity modules for the LPWA.
Tell me a little bit more about these modules.
So we are providing for this LoRa ecosystem, let's say standalone modules, which allow customers to operate quite easily their LoRa applications, which means that inside of the modules there is an open MCU by providing also the wideband support for any kind of regions with only one firmware. And of course with the SX1276, which operates for all the bands. So this is a very tiny modules, standalone modules, where customers can plug and play very easily.
So how long have you been in the LoRa business?
So for the LoRa business, we were prospecting for a while actually. It's where we were investigating even more than 3 years ago. And when we saw the momentum going up, it was more than 2 years ago. So we decided to register to the LoRa Alliance. It was in July 2015, and from that we start to develop modules.
So how did you get in the industry anyway? Because you're a very large corporation, and LoRa was very small at the time. So
yeah, actually, Murata is quite powerful in the module area. We are making modules for 25 years, especially for the mobile area with the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the Zigbee technologies, and for sure the LPWA will be a mainstream for the coming 5 years. So that's why we decided to be in, and of course LoRa is one of the mainstream that we need to focus on. So we'll be here for a while.
So as for your modules, what kind of companies use your modules? And
wow, I can say that as of today, we have for this module 650 customers all around the world. Most of them are in Europe, but we can see a clear emerging market in the US, which is very promising. So Murata, as a large company, we are everywhere in APAC region, in Japan, in China, and the point is really to propose global solutions and to attack the mass market as well as the big volumes in the two aspects, because we can produce lots, and this is one of the advantage that we can provide to customers and which is required. Can you provide the PCs? Can you support us? Murata can say yes, we can.
so if you take a look at this global market, are there particular industries that you see emerging that are that demand comes from?
Mm-hmm. So if we considered when we mass produced our module 1 year ago in January 2017, the main focus was clearly the static devices, especially with the smart metering. But so far, we can see right now that it's expanding. So the smart building is something which is becoming very clear inside the LoRa ecosystem, especially when we consider sensors like PIS sensor, magnetic sensor, CO2 sensor, or even if you want, some companies are now using with mass volumes water leakage. So this is something very important. So this business is also a nice focus for us, but what we say as the mainstream, that what would be for the coming 2 years is the asset tracking, for sure.
Okay. Do you have specific modules for that?
The module we have as of today can support it. We can support all the classes, class A, class B, class C. So also the size of our module, which is something like 1 square centimeter, is a very small form factor. So which means that it can even fit on wearables, on watches, in your jackets. So for that, we are also quite requested by customers because it fits for such kind of geolocations applications.
You mentioned the magic word, geolocations. That is a topic that has been discussed a lot here on this table already.
Yes,
what is your take on that?
So Murata is very focusing on that, and our core values is providing very tiny modules and also low-cost modules in order to address the massive request that we will get from the market. So I can say right now that we are continuing the adventure of LoRa. So even if now we are providing a 1 square centimeter module, for the new generation it will be below and cheaper. So then the market can be quite tricked in order to go in.
Obviously, you have a roadmap with new technology, etc. And for that, you need to understand what new kind of areas and industries are coming up, or new kind of applications are coming up for the next year. So what is your vision of the future of LoRa in the next few years?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, so the geolocation with asset tracking, especially for the industrial market, is quite important. This is where we are focusing for at least the coming 2 years our effort. But what I see more and more often, the healthcare is something from what we should consider, especially taking care of our parents, of old people, is something very important. The hospital also environment is something very important to monitor health from people by long coverage is something that we need to focus on, and I'm quite sure that the LoRa technology can fit in.
Also, if you look at the future, what is the biggest challenge right now for LoRa? What is something we really need to solve?
Yes, this is a good question that we have to solve also every day by our own. But what we see is that people are now ready to convert and to go in and to mass produce for it. What we can see is that now we need to be as cheap as possible in order to be massive. Other technologies, like especially cellular IoT, will come into the market, and in order to have a very mature and used solution by the market, we need to decrease as much as possible the price that we do. So Murata, we are focusing on a lot and optimizing a lot our production costs and our labor costs in order to be very cheap. But also we are with our partners like STMicro and also Semtech, we are really trying to match as best as possible the pricing in order to be on request by the market.
All right. So we had Winke here as well, and he's organizing this event, and there will be a new event next year, I guess.
Yeah.
What should be the theme or the main topic for the Things Conference 2019?
For you mean from Murata point of view, or you mean
from your point of view?
Yeah. So the next year, I think the next challenge would be to live into this LPW ecosystem, especially with the cellular IoT. Cellular IoT takes still some time to come in, but we can see more and more activity on that. So what I would like to see from the next events next year would be how to coexist together with the cellular IoT, how to make things simpler for the customer, how for them to use this LoRa compared to the cellular, which segment should be better for, or which application should be better to use for each technology. I think for me this could be the highest challenge for the LoRa in the coming years.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. On our YouTube channel, we've got many more videos with interviews with great guests on the Things Conference. So watch them all.